Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and I just got back from Too Many Games. Now, if you don't know what Too Many Games is, kind of think of it like a giant flea market, like a giant indoor flea market just dedicated to either video games or video game / anime merchandise. It's a really cool place. And it's also mixed with something like VidCon, where you get to meet some of your favorite gaming creators. You're not going to see people like, I don't know, Markiplier, PewDiePie, or Ninja. No, but we do got cool people like Scott the Woz, Angry Video Game Nerd, Caddicarus was there. We even got BeatEmUps and Wolfden, some of my favorite Nintendo Switch YouTubers. And they either go like shopping around the floor, buying their own things, doing little meet and greets. Sometimes they do like a signing panel. Sometimes they have their own panel where you just do like Q&As and stuff like that. It's a really cool time. But I went down there for two reasons. One, to hang out with some of my viewers because some of you guys came down. Shout out to Game Walkthroughs, Denova and Brickboy, and Tyler. Tyler doesn't really have much of a screen name. He's just Tyler. But anyway, I got to hang out with all of them, and that was an absolute blast. But my second reasoning there was some people go down there to buy video games. That's not my priority. For me, it's let me see what kind of toys I can buy because I like buying toys. So, here we go. Now, I had a budget of about $200 going down there because I didn't really plan on spending too much because I also got to save up for a vacation in October. We're going to Tennessee, so that's going to be fun. But towards the end of the video, I do want to go over a couple of stories because I got to talk to BeatEmUps and I gave Caddicarus a gift. So we'll get into that here soon. So let me unload the bag. First up, we're going to start with some small stuff. First up, when we got our little like badges, they gave it to us on these monster lanyards. I absolutely hate this. I'm throwing this away. Because when the whole monster stereotype of, oh, he drinks Monster, he punches holes in the wall, and I forget, there's a couple other stereotypes I don't remember. And none of those are me. I don't even drink Monster, so we're gonna just throw this away. We're gonna move on. I also got these replacement analog sticks for the GameCube. They were like, I think $1 a piece or something like that. But he was also trying to sell them as a set with C-sticks, but I only needed regular analog sticks because one wore out and I had a crappy friend who actually like just ripped off the stick off one of them. So screw that guy. But unfortunately these aren't OEM, these are third-party sticks. But hopefully these will do fine. I hear Xbox One sticks actually do the job even better, but I want to make it look as authentic as possible, so it's whatever. And that's it from that pocket. Now we can get to some of the bigger stuff that's fun. Alright, we got our little goodie bag. I might as well show you the badge, because like each year there's like a theme of some video game. So when I went there during 2019, the theme at that time was Animal Crossing. I can't find my badge, so that kind of sucks. But I can at least show you this. This year's theme was Miss Pac-Man, so that's neat. They also had a bunch of shirts and hoodies and other things that you could buy as well, but I didn't buy those. I probably should have, but I did get a shirt. Oh, here's my badge. Yeah, here's the badge. That looks kind of nice. So originally, I bought my ticket for 2020, and since the 2020 happened, you know, COVID, they originally delayed it to 2021 in October, and part of me wanted to go, but I thought, one, I'm trying to save up to move out, so I'm just going to delay it to this year. So since they delayed it, they also gave me one of these shirts. You know what? I'm probably gonna wash this, because I do want to wear this. It's Too Many Games has been canceled. I also want to give a huge thank you and shout out to my boy Brickboy. He came in and he just gave me this copy of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This game, I used to have this on PS3. This game is sick and it has a killer soundtrack. And I showed this to my girlfriend and she's like, oh my god, I love Scott Pilgrim, so now we're going to watch the movie again. But if you haven't played this game, it's on every platform again. So the story behind this is that it was on PS3, 360, and then copyrights or something, like something involving legal stuff got conflicted, and then they had to take it off the store. So systems or hard drives with that game installed on it was selling for big money. So they decided to re-release it, and I think there was DLC for it as well. So they included that with this package. And it's like a beat-em-up game. It's so fun. And again, the soundtrack is like god tier. In fact, I have it playing right now. Like it's so good. But it is available digitally everywhere. Like limited runs, it's just a physical version that you don't need to buy if you don't have to. I forget how much it goes for. It's not really expensive, so give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. I guess we can go over the rest of the games I got, because there's only a few games I got. Originally, I went to Too Many Games with 2 games in mind, and they were stupid cheap games. Pilot Wings Resort for the 3DS, and Knack for PS4, because they're both launch titles. And I thought they were cool at the time, I guess. I found them there, but I only wanted to spend like 20 bucks together on those two. Like I wanted to spend like 15 on Pilot Wings and 5 for Knack. No, I found Pilot Wings for 35 and Knack for 10. I'm like, no, I ain't paying those prices. No. But I went to another stand and I bought these, and I kind of regret it already. So we got Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, and we also got Drawn to Life SpongeBob. I actually did want this game for a long time as a child, and this, I remember my neighbor having. I have this on a DS, so now I can have this on the Wii, so neat. But after I bought it, it immediately hit me, how am I gonna fit this in my shelf? Because like, sure, I got a big shelf, but if you can tell down here, because it's freaking dark in here, I hate it, this shelf is full. So, I'm gonna figure out something to make it fit. And the DS games are just stacked on top of each other. I hate that look so much. But we're gonna move on. From the same stand that I got these two, I also got this little Mario plush of like him with the wing cap. Now I got super excited when I saw this because as a kid I used to have a plush like this, but the one I had talked. If you press the belly, it said it's me, Mario. But the one I have as a kid, the battery is dead in that thing, and there's no way you can like open it up and like swap out the battery without completely destroying the thing unless you're a good seamstress. I don't know. So although this one doesn't have the talking belly, this is still really cool. So my girlfriend gave me the idea, why don't we just hang this from the ceiling and make it look like he's flying? And I'm like, oh, I love that idea. So we're gonna do that. So for these games, I spent $7 on this. I spent $10 on this. I kind of overpaid for that one, I think. I don't know. Like, it's not too expensive, but I don't know. I'm cheap. But this thing was only $5. For $5, I was like, absolutely, I'm buying this. And then one of the other stands I hit up, we have the Egyptian god decks for Slifer and Obelisk. For some reason, there's no Winged Dragon of Raw one, but I remember anticipating this, and I was super duper excited for this set to come out. But for some reason, I never bought it, because I think Michaela said she might buy it for me for, like, Christmas or something. I can't remember. But we never got it. And I saw these Too Many Games, and I'm like, yep, I'm doing it. I'm actually really excited to play with these decks, because, like, I've already have I don't know how many sets of the God cards already. But, hey, now I have decks specifically built around these monsters. So, that's going to be awesome. How am I going to fit them on the shelf? I'll figure it out. I only spent like 10 bucks a piece on these, which is kind of what I wanted to spend. So, 20 bucks? Heck yeah, let's go. And then the next things I got this all at the same stand. So, I bought 3 of them, and it came out to $15 altogether. So, like, altogether, I'm thinking kind of overspent on these. But I got excited. They're all Happy Meal toys. So I bought 3 Happy Meal toys for $15. Again, I think I overspent on that one, but that's okay. So the first thing I got is Mario Kart. We got Toadette. Because when they decided to make a whole nother set of Mario Kart toys all over again for some reason. I had the first set when they first came out, when Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U. So they decided to do the whole set again, but instead of having a little hat, they replaced it with Toadette. And I already had the whole full set the first time. So all I had to do was get Toadette. So for Toadette, heck yeah, I'll buy that. Next up, these actually aren't McDonald's. These are from Burger King of all places. And these came out in like 2020. So somehow I missed out on these. Burger King used to have really cool toys. And I'm glad to see that they still kind of do. But it just sucks that you don't know what toys they have anymore because they don't advertise it. They don't show them off in a little thing like a McDonald's anymore. Like, these are just a mystery now. So the first thing we got is Mario Maker Mario. And then we also got Luigi's Mansion. Now, I saw these and got excited because I don't really have true toys or action figures for Mario Maker or Luigi's Mansion. They have a Mario Maker Mario from Jakks Pacific, but the belt always falls down, so it's kind of annoying to play with. And there's only one action figure, really, of Luigi's Mansion from the first game, and that thing is stupid expensive. And I want it so bad, but I can't afford that. One day, I'll get myself a Mario Sunshine action figure, too. I have a, funny enough, I actually do have a Burger King toy of Mario Sunshine. So having one for Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine now, that's kind of cool. But this is Luigi's Mansion 3, so it's not that special. But immediately after I bought these, I immediately had buyer's remorse because number one, I spent $15 on this. And two, I already have giant figures, like jumbo figures of both Luigi's Mansion and Mario Maker, so whoops. But let's open them up and like put stickers on and stuff. Originally, when I had the Mario Kart 8 not Hot Wheels, I wanted to get the Mario Kart Hot Wheels. I'm thankful I didn't get into that. But when I had the Happy Meal Mario Kart toys, I had the full set and I had them displayed. Unfortunately, they took up so much room. Well, it's not that they took up much room, I just ran out of space. So those were some of the first things to like go into storage, sadly. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have a lot more toys than what you see on Instagram or in some of the background of my other videos or my streams or anything. There's actually a lot more that I don't have displayed. And one day I would love to like have a house big enough to actually display everything. But sadly, I don't have the space for that. There's a couple of stickers left. There's the little mushroom and the little squid, the inkling, not inkling. I forget what that thing's called. When you're on camera, you forget things. So look, I'm sorry. But anyway, here's Toadette with the stickers on, so that's really neat. That's gonna be thrown in a bag somewhere whenever I grab the rest of my stuff from my parents' house. Oh, let's open up Mario Maker. Why not? Okay, so apparently I attach him to these bricks, and I move him, and then like he goes up and down. Part of me feels bad for opening these things, but I'm definitely not gonna buy another set just to keep it in the bag. Okay, let's see how well you can see this. Okay, that's something. Okay, you can't really move the arms, and his face looks kind of weird. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Well, that was $5 wasted. Let's move on. Luigi's Mansion. Your gimmick, it's a whistle. Luigi is gonna turn me into a kazoo kid. All right. Well, first up, here's how it looks. Like I saw it like from this angle. I'm like, yo, this is badass. I want this. All right, so here goes nothing. I never want to do that again. But at least it has the gimmick of like you pulling on it, so you can make it like look like he's struggling to get the ghost if you just want to play with it. So that's neat. And he can stand up by himself. Nice. And then I got one more thing that this one I'm a little bit proud of. So on my shelf with my Mario collection, I have a Mario from Toy Biz. Now, if you don't know what that means, I have a Mario Kart 64 action figure with that 64 art style as an action figure, which I love the art style for the 64 era so much. But yeah, I have one from that time frame. So I want to say it was like between 96 to 98 when that thing was mostly released. So having a Mario figure from that era is so cool already. But I've always wanted a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time action figure. And thankfully, Jakks Pacific did make a couple of them. Mainly just Adult Link in a couple of outfits. And I've gotten that, and I think it's pretty cool. But having a Link figure from that era is even cooler. It's not going to look as good, but it definitely, like, it screams it's from that time, you know? So I managed to find a Link figure of that from this time. Unfortunately, on the way home, like here there was a little clamp that would like attach to his arm, and unfortunately that broke on the way home. But like I'm just gonna put sticky putty on it and it'll just hold it and be fine. It's gonna suck that it's gonna be a broken figure, but I only spent $15 on this, so I'm not that upset. This is actually made from the same company who made this Mario, which is BD&A. So for $15, I'm happy. Like, this is awesome. Now keep in mind, I'm not that huge of a Legend of Zelda fan, but I did play Ocarina of Time a little bit, and I did like what I played. And I respect the franchise altogether. I love Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's amazing. But you don't have to be a Zelda fan to like Breath of the Wild, though, to be fair. So this is going to be going on the shelf with the other Zelda figures. But these other Burger King toys, I don't know how I'm going to put them on the shelf, because that shelf is getting a little full. I'll figure it out. There was one thing I almost grabbed, and it would have been my big purchase of too many games, but unfortunately I snoozed and I lose. So there was this set of Toy Island bendy Sonic figures. They were like still new in the box, and they were from Sonic Adventure. They were re-released for Sonic X, but this is like the original Sonic Adventure set that I had when I was a kid. They originally wanted like $120, and all I had left was $80. And he said, I will do $80 if you want it. And I'm like, ooh, I kind of want it. But that was going to be the last of my budget, though. So I wanted to make sure that I wanted to actually buy that. I wanted to make sure like if I would be okay with that purchase. So I walked around for a little bit more, got some food. By the way, I got like a chicken tender, a fry, and a drink, and it was like $17.50. Which I shouldn't be all that shocked, to be fair, but it still hurts. And also, me and Denova went to Walmart and Target, and we bought some things when we were there. So that took away from part of the $200 budget. So I was down to $80, and I'm like, I want this, but I want to make sure this is what I want. Because I was like contemplating on 3 different things I wanted to buy with that $80. It's either that Sonic set, some One Punch Man action figures, or these posters, which I'm gonna like go over in the future. I'm gonna do another show and tell, and posters is gonna be a big theme for that one. So next week there's gonna be another show and tell, so get excited. But I went back for it, and my initial thought was, because this is like before we were actually leaving Too Many Games, I said if it's there, I'll buy it, because I would love to make a big purchase at Too Many Games and like make it worth my while, you know. And plus, it'll just be something cool to have on the shelf. Or if I don't get it, then I'll just buy other stuff. It'll make it easier for my options on what I want to buy. Either way, I would have been happy. So I didn't go home with that, sadly. I missed out on it. I'm sad, but it is what it is. But let me go over the 2 stories that I went over for Too Many Games. So I met Caddicarus and I met BeatEmUps. I met BeatEmUp first. I mean, I met a couple other YouTubers as well, but I didn't get to actually like sit down and actually like talk to them for a little bit. They were both having panels, so I was able to just ask some questions. So I want to go over Caddies first, because that one's just really quick and easy. But this one involves prop, so I'll be right back. Let me grab that. So many moons ago, I bought this book called The Crash Bandicoot Files. If you don't know what The Crash Bandicoot Files is, think of it kind of like the Crash Bandicoot Bible. And this is kind of like a high-printed, high-quality version of the original conception of Crash Bandicoot. We got original concept art for the designs. We got art from the game. We got him even being called Willy the Wombat in here. And there's also some scripts in here as well. Like, this is like a nice piece of Crash Bandicoot history. As the back of the cover says, it's a deluxe hardcover reproduction of Naughty Dog's original Crash Bandicoot developer's Bible. So this thing is neat. This thing is very, very neat. Now, I got this thing when this thing first came out, and then my friend Eric also bought me one for Christmas, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I already have this. Shopping for me for Christmas, when it comes to like getting something that like I really, really need, or something like expensive and cool or something like that, it's difficult because I buy everything I mostly want anyway, so I feel bad for everybody. But since I now have 2 of these, I had to re-gift one. So I know Caddicarus is a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. So when I went to his panel, I actually tried to meet him at Too Many Games in 2019. He wasn't there, but he was there thankfully this year. But during his panel, before I got to my spot to the microphone and actually got to talk to him for a little bit, I was told that he's not going to be taking any gifts, or like no games, no donations, or anything like that, because since he's British, you know, he's from overseas, he has to go through customs and stuff like that when he has to fly over to America. So if he catches COVID, he's going to be trapped here for a while. And when I went up and I said, originally I was going to ask you if you wanted to get this book, because this is the second one that I have. This is one that was gifted to me. I know I don't need this book. I have 2 of them. And I wanted to see if you already had this book. And he's sitting there, he's like, ooh, I don't want to throw that book back at you, because he knows that I already have it as a gift, and that I've been holding on to it for a while. He's like, I don't want to throw that book back at you, because I really want that book. So he wanted it, so I'm like, sweet, he didn't have this, awesome. But then came the conflict of, what are we going to do about the COVID situation? So I threw out the idea, why don't we just throw it in a bag, and we sanitize the crap out of the bag, and then you just take it home with you. And thankfully that idea worked, and now he has this book. So I gave something Crash Bandicoot to Caddicarus. So that makes me feel special. But this next story I'm going to tell you made me feel even more special. This one's actually like a heartwarming story. I like this one a lot. So I met BeatEmUps, and BeatEmUps, I love this dude a lot. If you don't know who BeatEmUps is, he's like one of the bigger Nintendo Switch YouTubers out there. But he's also very transparent about his mental health. He'll go over it in either his streams or his videos. Whether that is a good or a bad thing, that's kind of up to you. Some people might say it's not very professional. Some people also say that it's him being very transparent to his viewers, being like showing the real side of him and stuff like that. And some people appreciate that. I understand both ways on the scale, so I kind of agree with both. But again, I love seeing the real side of YouTubers though, so it's nice to see. But anyway, since he's very transparent about his mental health and stuff like that, when he was doing his panel and did his Q&A, now people were asking some silly questions, of course, because it's a panel, you gotta make people laugh. I went up and I asked him, like, with him making his big move, he's moving from Texas, and I forget where he moved. But anyway, he made a huge move. He had a whole lot of stuff, so moving, I just moved like 6 months ago. It's very, very stressful. But anyway, since he's doing his big move, and he's also going behind the stress of like setting up this podcast, setting up an LLC or LCC, I forget the terminology for it, I'm sorry. But anyway, point is, he like made a legal company, a legal name for this podcast and stuff, and also just overall the success of his channel and all that stuff. Like, a lot of things are happening in his life right now. So I asked him, everything going on with your life right now, how do you feel? And I asked him, I told him, like, mental health is very important, so how do you feel? So he went on, he was talking about how like the move was very, very stressful, and then he was like saying some other stuff, and then he said how like he's gonna be okay, he's gonna get through and stuff. And then I asked to see the microphone again, and I said, look at this room, this is 0.0001 of the amount of love that these people have for you. Because he also battles depression, because anxiety, depression's it's a bitch. But I told him, there's a lot of love in this room. So whenever you're feeling down, when depression's beating you, don't ever forget how much these people love you. And then he gave me a little fist bump, which was cool, and then like everybody was cheering and stuff like that, like, because he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. I love him. And then he hopped off stage and he gave me a hug. It was like that was awesome. I loved that so much. That pretty much made my weekend, actually. I can't remember if he said he wanted to like talk to me after the panel. I feel like he did, but I didn't get to talk to him after the panel. I kind of felt bad about that, but it is what it is. And I went to Too Many Games before, and I met Brick Boy before, and we hung out all day that day. And I also got to hang out with Nova both days. But game walkthroughs, like he was like super excited to meet me, because like he says I'm one of his favorite YouTubers, which is humbling. It's really, like, because there's a lot of people out there, and I don't understand what makes me so special, but it is what it is. But I hope him hanging out with me Like, just showed him, like, I'm just an average guy. I'm just a normal person. There's nothing really special about me, really. It's just, like, we might be a face that you watch on YouTube, but at the end of the day, I'm just another guy. I'm not a giant, egotistical, giant YouTuber that's like, my time is worth money, and if you're not gonna pay for an autograph, you're not gonna pay for a picture, to get out of my face, leave me alone. No, screw that noise. No. So, like, being in the middle, like, being able to meet YouTubers that, like, I love, and then having some, I don't want to say fans. I hate the term fans, because it feels like, I don't know, I don't want to say discriminating, but it makes me feel like if I refer to you as a fan, it's just like, it makes me like look, it sounds like I'm looking at you like as lesser of a person, you know? And I don't like how that feels, because a lot of my viewers talk to me in the DMs, stuff like that, and if we talk often, I consider us friends. And it's why I love being a smaller YouTuber, because I can have that kind of relationship with my viewers. But as cool as it would be to have my own panel and stuff like that, that would mean I wouldn't be able to have the relationship I have with you guys. So it's a double-edged sword. I don't know what I would like, really. But that is going to sum it up for this video. My camera is dying. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description is going to be my social media. So if you want to talk to me in the DMs, you can definitely do that. But I mostly prefer if you talk to me in my live streams. But if it's more convenient for you to do DMs, that's completely fine. There's also a thanks button. So if you want to donate, if you want to give me a tip, that'd be neat. If not, it's okay. But thank you for watching. The next show and tell I'm going to do is going to be showing off all of the recent pickups I've done outside of Too Many Games, and things I just haven't shown off in videos, really. Like, I haven't done full reviews on or anything. I'm taking a small break from reviews, and I just want to focus on other type of content for now. So I'm doing another show and tell, so look forward to that. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you to death, and I'll see you on the next one. So peace.